I'm sorry, that's not plus. So that'd be secant tan squared over secant, right?
Shouldn't you still have a square root of 3 in the top?
No.
Huh? What? The square root of 3 should cancel. They should all cancel.
But it's not addition, it's multiplication.
Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3 over the square root of 3. Okay, we'll leave them. We'll leave them. Just forget that. We'll leave them. There. Okay, we'll leave them right now. I don't want to do anything yet. I want to go ahead and let's go ahead and if we took the square root of 3 times square root of 3, what do we get? 3. And then that's going to be tangent squared secant, right? Right, Hubert. Thank you, class. It's always good to have class behind you. Tangent squared over square root of 3 secant theta. And what happens to the secants? And that you're left with, bring the 3 over the square root of 3 out. Antiderivative, tangent, squared theta, d theta. And square root of 3, that'd be 3 times square root of 3 over 3. And the 3's cancel and you're left with the square root of 3. Square root of 3 times the antiderivative of tangent squared theta. Make sure I did that square root of 3 right. We got Yep. I think I got it right. I got square root of 3 outside my answer. Alright, now what can we do with that tangent squared theta? I'll change it into secant squared minus 1, right? That's what I would do. So it's square root of 3 times the antiderivative of secant squared of theta minus 1 d theta. So square root of 3 brackets antiderivative of the secant squared of theta d theta minus the antiderivative of d theta. And square root of 3, that should be tangent theta minus theta. Plus and you feel good about yourself, right? So you don't have to add those butterflies or that third smokestack. Alright, I think we did, let's try one with the sine, or we did one with the tangent, we did one with the secant. Let's try one with the, see there's one in the book, x squared minus x squared. I'm looking, just give me a minute. Looks like. Yeah. Let's try number 12. Pull it out of the book for you. Dang old Geico commercials in my head. Y'all don't get them in your head, do you? Every once in a while. I like the Geico commercials. I can't stand the one with the little lizard. I can't stand those. I wish somebody'd step on them. All right. What?
That'd be a great commercial.
Yeah.
They have a lot of explaining to do after that.
You can save money with
All those ones where the 18-wheeler passes behind it.
Yeah.
It just barely got it.
All right, try this one. I would quit.
Pair it with some bad special effects.
Yeah.
He turned around and his tail like squirted tomato juice or something.
Okay, you're getting a little bit gross now.
Have you seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
I don't know.
They could use the effects from The Black Knight.
I watched Monty Python one time and I was like, okay, when's this supposed to be funny? Some people's sense of humor is not the same as others.
It's a
I think it's kind of fun.
Uh,
I think it does take a certain type of humor to find.
It does. I don't have it. I would much rather see a drunk. I would much rather get a drunk. I'd much rather watch a drunk person get tased than that. To me, a drunk person getting tased is the most funniest thing in the world. Besides them getting beat up, I mean, it's just hilarious.
You understand Monty Python's humor, it's pretty hilarious.
I understand it.
Yeah, some people think Cops is like a serious show. I think it's hilarious.
I love it. Especially when they beat up on the drunk people. Oh. No coughing in place. Okay, now that information right here is nothing really new. This is, everything above here is pretty much simple. First thing I did is I rewrote this, and then I got my A and my X. We know that the sine of theta, this is in the little box. So sine of theta is equal to x over a. Well, since we got our x, I mean our a and our x, goes right there. And we know that from trig, it's the opposite over the hypotenuse. So that's that. Pretty simple. That's pretty simple. Now, if we know that the sine is equal to x over a, then we need to solve this for x. So x is equal to a is what? What is a? 5, square root of 5? So that's the square root of 5 sine of theta. If that's equal to x, then dx, the derivative of sine is the cosine, right? So square root of 5 cosine of x, or cosine of theta. Huh? And now you just got to find the relationship out with this right here. And we have to find u, which we could, well, solve for u. U is equal to the square root of 5. X and u is equal to the same thing. You can put u right here also. Because you need that u right there. So, Oscar had a hunk of apple. Oscar had a hunk. A hunk would be the cosine. So, the cosine of theta is equal to a hunk would be square root of 5 minus u squared over square root of 5. So the square root of 5 cosine of theta is equal to that. So the square root of 5 minus u squared is equal to the square root of 5 cosine of theta. Now that, this and this and this, you'll substitute back into that, which this is du or dx. So let's just rewrite this, du over u times the square root of 5 minus u squared. Put it on the blackboard when I do. See, don't do it that. This thing is the best. We all know whose fault it is. You know, in an interview the other day, this was just a couple of days ago. President Obama was asked, where does ISIS come from? And he said, it's Bush's fault. He said that ISIS comes from the invasion of Iraq. Yep, I agree with that. They just sat around and sat around, didn't do anything until we left Iraq in the wrong way that we left Iraq. Who was in charge of that? I guess Bush was in charge of that too. We left Iraq in a vacuum sort of way that whenever we left, there was no what? Defenses there for the Iraqis. So our ISIS took over. So I guess it's Bush's fault that we left Iraq the way that we did. I'll be glad when 2016 gets here so we can at least get a better, I ain't gonna say a better president. I'm gonna say, well, we're gonna have idiots no matter what. I just forget it. We're just doomed.
Are you a Hillary fan?
No, I'm not a Billary fan, but Billary or a stiff, white, rich Republican, because that's what the Republicans are going to nominate. They're not going to nominate a woman. They're too arrogant. So I guess we're just stuck with either Billary or a stiff, rich, white male, because that's what we're going to get for 2016, one of those two.
I think John McCain would have been the smartest thing we could have done.
John McCain was a stiff, rich, white. He's not, you're not going to, that's not going to be elected now. And the Republican Party will not get that out of their head. They're too arrogant.
They need someone young.
They need somebody young. They need somebody diverse. They need somebody, maybe a woman, maybe.
Who is that?
I would love to see Walker from Wisconsin with Nikki Haley as vice president. That's what I would love to see. You know why? Because they both told the unions to go screw themselves. I don't believe in paying people $50 an hour for a $15 an hour job or a $20 an hour job. I don't believe in that. All right. So, plug and chug. DU is what? Square root of 5 cosine theta. That's right, class. Square root of 5 cosine theta over u, which is square root of 5 sine of theta, times this, which is what? I done got mixed up. Here we go. Square root of 5 cosine of theta. Of course, the square root of 5s can come out. What happens to the cosine? And that's going to be left with square root of 5 over 5 antiderivative of 1 over the sine of theta, d theta. And what's 1 over the sine? Cosecant? Thank you, class. Square root of 5 over 5 times the antiderivative, cosecant of theta, d theta. And I have no idea what the derivative of cosecant is. I meant the antiderivative. So you have to look it up if you can't remember it. What is it? Natural log of cosecant minus cotangent? You might have to look it up. So let's take this. Let's just do this. All right, somebody help me out. That's square root of 5 over 5. what is it, the natural log of what? Cosecant minus the cotangent. Somebody help me out. Which one is it? I'm going by, because they didn't even do it. I'm thinking it's the cosecant minus the cotangent, because they didn't even show me in the explanation. They just went to the answer. Cosecant of theta minus the cotangent. Y'all need to look in your table and see if I'm correct. I think that's right. Cosecant minus cotangent of theta. I think that's right. Plus C. And then we need to find the cosecant and the cotangent. Well, the cosecant is the relationship with the sine. Do we have the sine?
Yeah.
We've got the sine right here. So the sine of theta is equal to x or u over what? Square root of 5. So the cosecant of theta is equal to the square root of 5 over what? U. So that's that. And then the cotangent, what's the cotangent? 1 over the tangent. We don't have the tangent, do we? So we're going to have to go back to our handy dandy. Let's go back to our handy dandy. There we go. What's the tangent? Oscar had a hunk of apple. So that's of apple. U over this. So u over the square root of 5 minus u squared. U over the square root of, what was it, 5 minus u squared. So what's the cotangent? Square root of 5 minus u squared over u. Thank you, class. So now we've got the cosecant and the cotangent. And we've got the square root of 5 over 5 natural log of square root of 5 over u minus square root of 5 minus u squared over u plus c. I'm thinking that that's probably going to be the answer. Let me look and see what they got. So they just did the 3 dots and went, that means you already know how to do it. They got 1 over the square root of 5 natural log of square root of 5 minus 5. Yeah, they put it all over u. But how did they get 1 square root of 5? Did they rush? Let's see, 1 square root of 5, 1 over square root of 5. How did they get that? But we got everything right except for the square root of 5 over 5. So somebody help me out there. Where did I go wrong? du, what is du? du is 5 square root of 5 sine of theta over u. Oh, I'm sorry. du is square root of 5 cosine of theta. Square root of 5 sine of theta.
When you canceled the cosine, did you not just cancel the square root of 5 cosine and other square root of 5 cosine?
Well, see, I just brought, here, I found it. They just got the first couple of steps and the last step. That's all they got. Hold on. They've got square root of 5 cosine of theta over square root of 5 sine of theta times square root of 5 cosine of I've got that, right?
Yeah.
Well, the cosine, the 5 cosine of theta, square root of 5 cosine of theta, they basically cancel out. I didn't cancel, I don't know why, square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 25, which is 5. I've got the right answer, I've just got it written in a different way, because even if you cancel these two out, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you cancel that out, you get 1 over the square root of 5, that's it. 1 over the square root of 5 times square root of 5 over square root of 5 is equal to square root of 5 over what? 5? That's what I got. I got the same thing. They just left it. They didn't rationalize the denominator. So that's it. Yeah, go ahead. Get on out of here. Get mad. Quit. All right, so that's 7.3. Let me get the roll. Keep the bureaucrats happy. I think everybody's here today. Who's not here? Anybody?
All seven.
Huh?
Is it all seven?
There's the one kid that's right there.
Huh?
The one kid that
Oh,
was-
Mr. Urban's not here.
He came by.
Yeah, I got it. I think he had to get smokestacks on his Honda. Let's see. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Everybody was here today. Wow. I'll get an email that says, "Are you sure you took the right attendance?" I get an email whenever everybody's present. There are
8 a.m.
people.
It's a 2-hour Cal 2 class at 8 a.m. at Anderson.
Yeah. Are you sure you took the attendance?
Take care.
I have to say, there are people actually paid Tri-County Tech to watch attendance.
Really?
Listen, Tri-County Tech is turned into a bureaucratic place now. It's almost like